Hi guys, this is Sheila E from Tennessee. We're making homemade, simple, easy goulash today. I've got 3 pounds, separate little pounds of ground beef in my skillet at this time, and I'm trying to get it brown before I add anything else. So we'll be right back when this is brown. Alright guys, I don't know what happened to that video, but it just stopped on its own. But we're making homemade easy goulash, and we have got the ground beef brown, and I'm going to try to get some of this grease out of here. It was olive oil and then whatever grease is in there in the meat. This was just regular hamburger meat. My recipe calls for 2 pounds, but I had 3 pounds, so that's what we're going to add a little bit of more stuff. I'm going to cut this off and then drain this. Alright, now it says you can chop your onion and put your onion in it. So I'm going to cut it down on low. I'm going to put the pepper and onion, and then drain it and put it back on the stove. And then we're going to add all the other ingredients. But I'm going to get these onions sauteed a little bit, and then I'm going to put some bell pepper in it here, just a few. You can cut yours up every how you want to, a little fine or big, it don't matter. Or it don't to me, some people it does. And it says on my recipe, my old recipe, it says about a cup. So I figure this will be close to a cup. But make sure all the pink is gone out of your ground beef before you drain it. And then when I get this in here and get it sauteed, we'll be right back. Alright, I've got my onion in there, and it's probably a little over a cup, but like I said, we've got extra ground beef. And I have some dried bell pepper that we've dehydrated, and it says a cup full of chopped bell pepper, but I'm going to start out with about a half a cup of this dried because it swells up. You can see that's a half a cup of dried bell pepper. You can buy this at some of the organic stores, dried bell peppers already chopped, and you put them in your freezer so they last for a long time. So we're just going to go ahead and get this sauteed. One of the things that the recipe calls for is a bay leaf. I'm not going to use a bay leaf. I'm going to use some Italian seasoning. That's what I prefer. You can use a bay leaf if you prefer. So we'll be right back. After I drained out and getting these onions and peppers sauteed, I'm going to add a half a stick of margarine. This is a Blue Bonnet Light, just because that makes it better. Also, I'm going to go ahead and add some salt and pepper. And it's about a teaspoon of salt, about a teaspoon of pepper to your preference, to your taste. You can always add more if need be. So mainly what we're waiting on is these onions to get translucent, and that's going to be the beginning base of our goulash. So we'll be right back. Alright, we've decided to add some jalapenos. It's without the seeds, so that's 1 jalapeno. Be right back. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add some, it says 2 cans, 15-ounce cans of tomato paste. So we're going to put that in here. The onions are about translucent. But we still go a little bit ways to go, because you put your macaroni in uncooked, because it calls for 3 cups of beef broth. But like I said, I've got 3 pounds of ground beef, so I'm just going to put the whole container. It's like 4 cups of beef broth. So I'm going to put the whole container of beef broth, and just probably a cup full of extra noodles of macaroni. So that was 2 of the Food Club tomato paste, or it's tomato sauce or tomato paste. So I use tomato paste. 2 15-ounce cans, or 2 12-ounce cans, and then I've got 2 cans of the Rotel diced tomatoes with green chilies, and we're using 2 of those, and these are a 10-ounce can. Now you can add more or less depending on how much heat you want to your goulash. And this is something you can freeze too by putting them on individual. And I will post that recipe. 2 of these cans of the Rotel diced tomatoes with green chilies, 2 of the tomato paste. And you can get name brand, but I just got the Food Club because I just like it just as well. 2 10-ounce cans of tomato paste. So I'm going to stir that up. The onions are about translucent, but we want to get all those flavors incorporated. I'm not going to put my Italian seasoning in yet. I'm going to put it in last. I'm going to put my garlic in, my diced garlic in last. So we're just going to let this, I'm going to cut the heat up just a little, and we're going to let this cook. I could probably go ahead and put my, it does call for 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire. I'm just going to go ahead and put maybe 4. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've got that. And like I said, I will post this. I'm going to put my garlic. This is my can of diced garlic. I'm going to put it in live, and I'm going to measure out. It says 2 cups of macaroni, but I believe we're going to have to put more because of more ground beef. My Italian seasoning, this is what I've still got left. The macaroni, the garlic, the Italian seasoning, and the beef broth. And this is exactly 4 cups. This is Food Club beef broth. We're probably going to use all that. I'm going to go ahead and put my beef broth in. This is 2 cups right here measure. And then a 1 cup. And then there's another cup in the box, and I'm going to go ahead and use it. I won't say it, there's another cup. Probably just going to use all this. Probably, it says 32, 4/8 is 32, so it's 32 ounces, so that should have been around 4 cups. Excuse me for the noise. So we're going to give this a little stir. Let me turn you around here where you can see it. Homemade easy goulash. My biggest thing about it is browning your ground beef and cutting your onion. If you like to use dried onion, you can. You can use dried onion. I did use dried bell pepper. We added a jalapeno. We've got 2 cans of, we got 3 pounds of ground beef, 2 cans of tomato paste, 2 cans of Rotel tomatoes with chili. We used 1 de-seeded jalapeno because we like the heat. And we used 4 teaspoons of Worcestershire, 4 cups or 1 whole container of the beef broth. So we want to let this simmer for a few minutes, so we'll be right back. Alright guys, that went off again, or what it was, I had a phone call, but we went ahead and put our beef broth in here, and we've got our tomato paste and our tomato sauce, our ground beef, our onions, our bell pepper, our Worcestershire sauce, salt and pepper. I'm not sure if we've got enough yet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put some Italian seasoning, and it's going to be as much as I want because the recipe doesn't call for that. So if you don't want to put Italian seasoning in it, you don't have to. Let me turn you around here. You can put a bay leaf, and gives it a little bit of different flavor, and take the bay leaf out before you serve it. I put quite a bit of Italian because I like Italian. I like oregano. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to measure out about, because this is something you put dry macaroni in. Let me get my measuring cup. So this is a 2-cup measuring cup, so I'm going to go ahead and measure out 2 cups of elbow macaroni. This is Food Club elbow macaroni. And I'm going to probably put another cup. So that's going to be around 3 cups of the dry elbow macaroni. Like I said, this is Food Club. You can use what you'd like. And we're going to stir this in here. I've got my Italian seasoning, my elbow macaroni. And I'm going to go ahead and put my garlic in. And when all this gets incorporated in these about 20 minutes, you're going to let this simmer with a lid on it. You'll have your cheese. It's a cup of cheddar, shredded cheese, or whatever cheese you have on hand. I'm going to go ahead and my recipe calls for, let's see, the garlic, 3 teaspoons. I'm going to put just a little bit more. It's 1, 2, well, that's probably going to be, we'll put 4, just because 4 is a round number. How's that? Hope y'all been doing good. I've not been feeling good, and so I've not put anything on my YouTube channel. I am thinking about taking the TikTok off and my YouTube, and just putting my videos back on Facebook on just my friends, and then my friends can share it with their friends, and that way I don't have to deal with the public trying to hack me. So there's just so much on YouTube and TikTok anymore. It's just not worth it, really. So we've got it at this point right here. I'll let you get a good look at it. Everything's covered, so I'm going to put a lid on it. And then I'm just going to leave that wooden spoon right there, and I'm going to let it simmer. And then we'll be back in about 20 minutes. Alright, folks, we've got this finished goulash, homemade easy goulash. Let me turn it. Here's a whole big, huge pan of it. And then we've got one plated, and it says you can add a cup of cheese to the skillet, mix it all in, or you can just add cheese to yours individually, whatever kind you like. So there it is. Alright, I'll take some more pictures. See you soon. Sheila E. from Tennessee. May the Lord keep y'all safe and always smile. Bye-bye.